Here we have our 2CV's engine, a beautifully simple little power plant, which pretty much anybody I think could get their heads around. Now it has 2 cylinders, and the cylinder heads are on the ends of those. So the engine is it's a flat engine. These fins around here provide the cooling, because this is an air-cooled engine rather than a water or liquid-cooled engine. And that's enough to keep this cool enough to operate and to prevent the pistons seizing in the cylinders. Now what I want to do is check to see what sort of state the pistons and cylinders are in. Now the great thing about inspecting this engine is that once the cylinder heads are off, this barrel completely comes off. And if there is any damage, we can replace these cylinder barrels and we can easily replace the pistons. So all in all, this is a great little engine for beginners to work on. So we'll start off by removing the rocker covers, which are these nice little jelly molds on the end here. Now, if I turn the engine, you can see the valves operating. So there's an inlet and exhaust valve for each of these cylinders. You can just see them rocking there on that side. And while these ones are rocking, these ones will be firmly shut. So if I then turn the engine a revolution, then we get our valves opening, then closing. So those two are then on the rock. So let's remove a cylinder head. Now these little engines may look small and may look slightly delicate, but actually they're pretty tough little beasts. Let's face it, they were made to traverse French countryside roads. Hopefully this will all pop off in one go. Yeah, here we go. Now a little bit of a tug. Out. Out we come. So these are our push rods here, which operate the valves, and they operate on the camshaft. So they push the valves up and down like so. Now, let's just take a little look in here. From what I can see, I can feel really good smooth cylinder walls, and that is a good sign. I will have to look a little more closely. Now we could split the engine and go even further in, but going on the condition of what I've seen so far, I might just take a gamble and go with replacing just the pistons, rings and barrels. What I've got here is a plastic bowl with some boiling water in it, and the reason I've got that is because I want to separate the barrel from the cylinder head. So what I want to try and do, because the barrel is quite tight in the cylinder head, is to expand the aluminium cylinder head, which will expand more than the barrel, and then hopefully it'll just tap off. So with a little bit of persuasion, good, there we go. So now we can clearly see what sort of state it's in. And there's a little bit of wear. And I think it would be a better job to replace these barrels anyway. Well, all I can see on the valves are a few hardened deposits, but realistically speaking, what we should do is drop them out, check the seats, maybe reseat them, might even need new valves. It's looking like we may have to go for a complete top-end rebuild of this engine anyway. The great thing is, it's really easy to do.